hear about the martial order in South Korea?
Yeah, sounds like it's a real mess there right now.
Yeah, it looks crazy. Luckily, they got it overturned, so now it's not a martial order anymore.
Yeah, I really don't know anything about the intricacies of South Korean politics, but it seems like it's not very
Yeah.
stable right now.
Well, they got it fixed, so it's no longer like that. But um, they even made the president, the guy who called for the martial order, they made him step down immediately as soon as he did that.
Yeah.
And it happened so fast that some people who just traveled to Korea, this guy was visiting his family, and he's like, I woke up after from jet lag after traveling, and I didn't even know this was all happening. It's so fast.
Wow. Yeah, it does seem to unfold very, very quickly.
Yeah, I literally just found out about it today. I was like, that is crazy that happened. I didn't even know about it. The only thing I saw about it yesterday was like apparently some guy. I was watching this. Do you know who Johnny Somali is?
No, is that a YouTube guy or something?
No, he's a dude on a streaming platform called Kick. And what he would do is just be so disrespectful to the people and the culture for wherever he went. Like he went to Japan, that's how he kind of made a name for himself. Just being like all disrespectful and racist and stuff towards the people that were there. And people were really not liking it, even the Japanese people. So then he decided to have the bright idea to go to Korea. And then what started happening was, he did some, his usual shenanigans and more, honestly. And the people of South Korea decided to find him and started beating him up every time he went outside. And then eventually he started doing stuff that was really illegal. So then he's now so now he's in prison.
Wow.
And the only thing I heard, and I saw some guy that was covering it yesterday, and the only thing I saw about that even happening was, hey, so are you going to talk about the martial order that's going on in Korea right now and the possibility that that might set that guy free? And people were like, no, it wouldn't. And I was like, martial order. Then I found out about today and how all that went down. I was like, oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so there's a question here about what if we wanted, instead of picking up one key to unlock a door, what if we had to pick up multiple collectibles to unlock a door, right?
Yeah.
So let's get a collectible here. We have a sphere. It needs to be a, is trigger for collectible here. And we need the on trigger enter 3D. So that allows us to interact with this, right? So when the player touches this thing, something will happen. Let's just test it first. So we'll rename this collectible. And when we pick up the collectible, we want to at least turn it off. So let's, again, don't do the big bang, do it step by step by step. So if we look at this, okay, that looks good. So let's make sure that the collectible works, that we can actually interact with it. And if we do that, let's see, we set it to trigger, that's on. We have the trigger. Oh, is this not running because of this footstep thing? Let me just turn this off for now. Oh, not. Did the wrong thing. Not is static, set active. There we go. Just grabbed the wrong Boolean thing. There we go. Okay, so interaction achieved. Now I'm going to make a new blank object. And we're going to call this collection manager. And we're going to make sure that the collection manager script is on it. Collection manager script is fairly simple, right? We have what it starts off as, and then how many do you need to get? Okay, so this is the maximum, or at this, when you reach the threshold, this event happens, okay? And this can link it to a display for how many that we have left. So I'm going to make a couple of these. There we go. All right, so again, these can be anything. I'm just using the spheres as placeholders. So we have 3 of them. And now, in the collection manager, I'm going to go ahead and set it to 2, just for now, and have it start at 0. And how do we link the collectible to the collection manager? On the collectible, we turn it off when it gets quote-unquote collected, so that's good. What else do we need to do? We need to count it. And so there's a function in collection manager that counts. So under plus here, I'll go collection manager. And if we go to collection manager, there's a bunch here. And what we want is increment. Increment means count up. Decrement is count down. And so we want to collection increment by 1, right? So how much is each one? Everyone's probably going to want to put 1 there. Now, when you're doing this, right, this is turning off the object, turning off this thing. And so you want that to be last in your list of stuff, right? When you pick up the collectible, what else might you want to put in this list? A particle effect, a sound effect, right? The particle effect, you might want to have it whoosh, emit some particles. You might want to have it go bing, right? All of that stuff should happen before this last one that turns off the object. Because if the object turns off before, then none of the rest of the events will get triggered. Okay, and so we counted there. Let's test that one, right? So we should see the current value change when we pick up that one. And so we'll walk over and pick up that one. And that is indeed the case. We have collected 1 collectible. If we wanted to see that number change, I'm going to take this TextMesh Pro object and change it to my collectible readout. Or we'll just say collectible number. There we go. And now, in the collection manager, I should be able to link this here. Starts off at 0, goes to 1. Okay, let's make sure that each of these is correct. So actually, I'll just delete these. Now that I have this one set up how I'd want, I'm going to reuse this over and over again. You would probably want to prefab it, right? For right now, I'll just duplicate it. There we go. And so we should see the number increment each time we pick something up. Picked up 3. Good. Now, I've reached my threshold, right? How do I unlock the door? We used events to communicate from here to here, and now we'll use events again to communicate from here to the door, right? So the collectible manager talks to the door manager with an event. Every time I connect stuff here, it's connected via events, right? We're using that whole system to do this. And one makes it flexible, and you could use it for other stuff too. So under collection manager here, we have an event that says on threshold reached. And so this is where we could do other stuff, right? So if you want the music to change when you got all of the events, if you wanted to have a user interface show up saying, the door's unlocked or something like that, that would all happen here. And so let's hit plus, and let's talk to the door manager. And in the door manager, under function, door trigger, I should really call it door manager, we have the convenient unlock door message, right? Or function, it's a function. And so we will say, yes, unlock the door on threshold reached. Good. Our door should take over from there, right? Which it's glowing red right now, and so it should switch to blue when it gets unlocked, right? And then we'll be able to go into this zone. And so let's look at that. And so I'll get this one, and this one, and this one. There we go. We've got 3. The door is now unlocked, and I can go into that zone. Right, so if I were to go over to there before the door got unlocked, no dice, can't get in. Now if I were to come over here and get these, door gets unlocked. That change in color there is slight. I'd have to work on that shader a little bit. But now I'm able to get into said zone because said door got unlocked there. Right, so the collectible main thing is that it has this is the script that allows it to interact with the player. And how do we start keeping track of it? We talk to the collection manager. The collection manager is just a blank game object, okay? It's just there in the game, okay? It's not associated with the thing. You probably not want to ever turn this off because we want to be aware and counting. And the thing that counts is the collection manager increment. Then the collection manager here has 2 public events. One is this one, what do you want to do when you finally collect enough stuff? And then what do you want to do when this is on value change? So every time you got a collectible, you could also send out an event. If you wanted to, you could have a sound effect, right? It says like, keep going, or get one more, or keep getting stuff, or whatever it is, right? Or anything you could do with an event, or just turn any object on and off, can happen here. And so if you want to have different collections in each zone, it would just be a matter of having a different collectible that talked to a different collection manager, right? So you could have multiple collection managers, right? You link them specifically through the events. So the event of picking one up sends the event over here that tells this to count. Remember, the fancy word I'm using for count is increment. That's the computer coding word for just count up. And then this talks to door manager, and it sends it the unlock. Try to remember what other things I put in door manager. Yeah, there's also a lock door message. Make sense? Yeah? Okay. I recorded that. I'll post that as well.
Okay. I have another question also.
Yeah.
Is there a way to like make a respawn point for a certain level for like if your player interacted with outfit, they just get sent back to that point?
Yeah, we don't have that functionality right now. So,
Okay.
yeah. This is old school. You got to complete it in one go.
Yeah,
Right.
okay.
This isn't, super nice, save state modern gaming. This
Yeah.
is old school, hardcore, do it again from the beginning gaming.
Yeah, okay.
And yeah, we have enough complexity as it is. There'd be some issues there with that. I'll think about it. We might, if I could solve it in one big script that just sort of was easy to manage, but not for right now.
Alright.
Yeah, we were playing Mario Wonder, and my son was absolutely appalled that we had to go back to the beginning of the one level versus, Super Mario 2 or 3 days where it's just like you're out of lives and now you go back to 1-1.
Yeah, no, that on the DS that would kill me. When I played it as a kid, I would have to take breaks because I'd get so mad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, now, like in Mario Wonder, I think we ended up with like 150 lives or something like that. Like,
Yeah, there's like a
it's
glitch
pretty
where
forgiving.
You can cheese it too, where you could just give yourself infinite lives.
Yeah, you can just straight up buy them at the store, which is, it's a great game. It's fantastic.
What is that game, Mario Wonder?
It came out last year.
Yeah, that's the new one. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't been keeping track of Mario, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, the new one is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I didn't even know there was a new Mario game. I thought Mario Odyssey was just there for a while.
No, this one they really came up with a bunch of stuff that was not in Mario Builder, and like every level has like a crazy state
Yeah.
where something really wacky happens, which is really
I really
super
like
well designed.
The in-game animations. I feel like this is the most personality that they've given Mario and everyone in the games. Because even just like the way he peeks his head around corners and everything kills me.
Yeah,
It's so cute.
it's super well done. Definitely a top tier Nintendo effort.